guys can see from the phone, we are doing 23, 24, and hopefully we get to the 25. There we go, guys. We just hit the 25 and I ran out of road. Yo, what is up, guys? Today coming with another battery review. We are talking about the Vatrer 105 amp hours battery, and we have done similar batteries in the past. We did the Mosasaur, the 105 amp hours as well, but we installed it on a Yamaha G29. This is a Yamaha G22, which has been more of a project. We have done many modifications to this golf cart, like the headlights. We also did the tail lights. It all came in a kit from Amazon, in which I'm going to leave those links down below. And I'm working on the rims. I'm trying to get a deal. We already installed a EnjoyBot battery, 65 amp hours, 48 volts. And now we're going to move on to the Vatrer battery, which is a monster. As you guys can tell from the previous video, we didn't have the rear seat installed on here, and now we do. So not only that, guys, with this particular golf cart, we got check this out, we have a Navitas controller. It comes with a capacitor, it comes with the harness, conversion harness, and it comes with the OTF as well, which is the little knobs that controls the regen, controls the speed, and so on and so forth. And this is the box where the current battery is located, guys. This is a huge battery, and it comes with a whole bunch of accessories. It comes with a charger. You get the display for information, such as battery cycle, so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's dig right in and see what we get. The first thing we're going to talk about here is going to be the Navitas system. Now, these are not cheap, guys, but I think I got a deal on Amazon. I believe this was about $7.99, and for everything that we are getting here, it is actually quite okay. Right here we have the conversion harness that I was talking about before. That's one of the things you get. The Mods branded heavy duty capacitor, in which we're going to hook up to this cart as well. This is for the OTF, as I explained before, and this is the controller. This is the main deal here. This golf cart only does about 13 miles an hour, and that's quite slow for me, at least. And here is the Navitas controller. Again, everything plugs and play. I believe this was designed from the G19 to the G22. And like I said, it is supposed to be a plug and play. Nothing came damaged. It was delivered by UPS, which is my preferred method so far. On the inside here, we have a piece of foam. Yes, we have the display. This is the smart display, as they call it. And this provides a lot of great information. I had a similar one with the Mosasaur, and they are fantastic. We do have the harness for it as well. This is the charger, and the charger comes with the terminal connections. This is what we're going to have as our new plug, power cord, and here is the charger. It is a 20 amp charger, so that's going to charge it quite nicely and fast as well. According to the site, it takes about 5 hours to charge this particular battery. And this is what you guys have been wanting to see, the Vatrer battery. This thing is just beautiful. It came so well packed, guys, that there's no damage on the corners, there's no damage anywhere, and this case is very, very rugged. But that doesn't matter if the inner components are not as good, guys. On the side of the battery, we have the terminals, the positive and the negative. We also have the on and off switch as well. We have a little Bluetooth antenna, which I never seen on one of these batteries. This is for your display, and that's the one that gives you information on what's the battery status, what's the the status of the cells, what's the status of the charge, whatever the case may be. It is all from this connection right here. So the terminals are covered with these rubber pieces. You have to remove them, and this is just a little vent hole right here. And that's pretty much all we get, guys. You do have to download an application in which they tell you right here on the manuals. If you read, the app is called Xiaoxiang Electric app, in which I happen to have is the one with the little elephant logo right there, similar to another battery that I had not too long ago. So now that we have all this information, guys, let's get to work on that golf cart. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to remove that rear seat, in which I just installed about 2 days ago, but for the sake of the video, it's all worth it. Finally got the seat out. Now it is time to yank this out. This is where the controller and the capacitor will be exposed at. Boom. You're going to be replacing this controller and the capacitor you guys see right there at the bottom. Make sure that when you start working on this, take pictures of everything. This way you avoid any connection errors. Alright guys, just to make things a little bit easier, when connecting the wires, you will have an extra wire on here. So if you look here, we have 5 different connections, and on the controller we have 6. That's because A1 goes together with the positive. So this blue wire with the blue tip goes together with this, and that's going to get connected here to the B positive. And then the red one, which is A2, gets connected to the M, and then the rest just gets connected normally. So you have the negative here, which is the black terminal, and then these two, the F1 and the F2, they get connected here at the ends. To remove the controller, you're going to have a 10mm here, a 10mm down here, and you will have one more on this side, but it is missing, so we're just going to remove those two. Alright guys, so I found 3 newer screws right here to hook up this controller, and basically it goes on like this. So all the terminals are going to be towards the right side, and the main harness is going to get connected to the left side. Now we grab our impact drill and tighten them up. Now it is a great idea to grab a Dremel tool like this one here. I have the little sanding wheel on it, and clean all the terminals before putting them on the new controller. I had to drill each terminal and make them a little bit wider, just because of the fact that the screws on the controller are a little bit too thick. We got all the right terminals connected on here, including the F1, the F2, the M for motor, the positive, negative. Now we have this harness in which we have to connect to the factory harness, which is this one right here. You might have to wiggle things a little bit around. There we go, we just got it connected, and now we have to connect the other end to the controller itself. So we might have to bring this down a little bit. We're going to zip tie it later, but there it is. We just got it connected and it's good to go. Alrighty guys, so we got every connection possible completed on this golf cart. If you look here, we have the F1 connection, the B plus with the, I think it was the A1 wire, and then we have the A2 wire, which goes now on the motor side for the controller, and then the negative here for the controller as well. And we have the main harness. We zip tied everything. We got the OTF connected. This is the access wire. I'll show you exactly where I put it. It was right next to the toe switch. We have the new capacitor right here by Mods, and we got everything connected. As you guys can tell, everything looks pretty clean on here, which is what we were aiming for. And the OTF is right there. Alright guys, so to connect the terminals is quite simple. You will repeat the same process for the positive and the negative. And the first thing you want to do here is connect closer to the battery terminal, the one going to the controller, which is this one right here. Okay, so I put this little boot that comes for the positive and the negative, just so that we can protect the terminals. And so basically you're going to start with this one, and then you're going to follow with the one that's going to provide charge, which is this here. Okay, this connects to the charger, so that should be the second one. And the third one is for the power converter, which is the last positive we see here. That's the one that converts from 48 volts to 12 volts. And then you're going to do the same thing for the negative terminal as well. As per the smart LCD, what I did is that, first of all, I got it attached here to the battery where it is supposed to go. There's only one way that it goes in. And then I ran it underneath the card from the battery compartment. I zip tied it. I ran it here through this floor, went up the steering column, and got it out behind this cup holder. What I did is that I drilled a hole. This is a little over an inch hole on the rear side so that we could get the plug on there. As you guys can tell, the LCD is connected, and then I use self-drilling screws to attach it. I just lost one cup holder, but I have 3 more. That's more than sufficient. And now all we have to do is hide this wire through here and attach it back on here, and check that out. It looks super clean, no wires to be shown anywhere. I also zip tied it to the frame coming down of the steering column, and everything is good to go. Now if we start it, let's go ahead and see if it works. And there it is, guys. It is working fantastic. We have currently 48 volts. Let's go ahead and peel this off. Right there you guys can see that we have on the first page, just like with the Mosazor, we had the voltage, the current in amps being sucked in by the motor and the controller. Second page, number of cycles. It says that we have 2 cycles already. Then we can turn on and off the discharge, and then the charge as well, as you can tell. And right now the status is on normal. We have the temperature, and the third page is for the cells. So we have 16 cells, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So now we are ready to rock and roll here with this battery. I also zip tied it. I got these huge zip ties from Home Depot, my local hardware store, and these were about $12 for a 14 pack, I believe. And I had to put 3 of them together so that I could go right underneath the floor, and that seems to be holding quite well. I mean, this thing's not even moving anywhere, and that's how we're going to keep it for now, because I don't feel like drilling the floor right now. I just added this plywood, pressure treated plywood on the floor, and these zip ties are holding just fine, guys. It is time for testing. I'm gonna need a few days before giving you guys the overall thoughts about the Vatrer battery. So far it seems to be great. We got everything assembled on the back side here, as you guys can tell, and everything is looking great.
Much later.
So a couple of things have happened here. We've obviously finished the complete installation of the battery, and now we got the Navitas also on here, guys. So what I want to show you here briefly is how to get started here with the Navitas system. And first of all, you want to start the card, put it in the on position, and once you do that, now we can go here into the Navitas app. And the first thing that you have to do with the app is register, and then via Bluetooth you're going to find the one that belongs to you. This is the TSX controller. You click on it, you connect to it, and this is what we get by default. Very similar to what I already did with the Yamaha G22. You get your speedometer info here, and then if you click on the upper left 3 lines, this is where after you log in and sign up, you had to request permission to do the controller firmware, in which I already did. So let's go here into controller firmware, and the one that I downloaded was the one that says 440A stock motor 10.0, which is the first option we get on there, because that's exactly what we have, the stock motor on here. So anyways, then you go back here into the dashboard. Now we go into settings. You had to calibrate your throttle. I have shown how to do this before. There's a couple of things that you should change from here. One being the speed limit. I put it to 25. The reverse speed, I left it intact at almost 13 miles per hour. The units, I left it normal. Now as for the system voltage, mine was reading 36. I changed it to 48. And the same thing for the solenoid. We have a 48 volt solenoid. I changed that as well. It was saying 36 for these two. I changed it, and that was pretty much all I did. You click on save changes, you hit yes, and then after the changes are applied, you have to cycle the cart, which means that you have to put the switch on the off position and then on the on position like so, and that's it. We are done. As per the battery, download the app that I showed you guys earlier, and then via Bluetooth you're going to find the battery information here. Just click on connect, and then it should give us here the battery's info. It says, do you want to bind to this device? Just click on sure, and right there you guys can see that in fact we are at about 94%. And then this just gives you different information on temperature, on the battery cells, so on and so forth. We got the parameters. This is for personal info, and then here you can also switch on and off the discharge and the charge, and that's pretty much it, guys. So yes, it does provide some information. It's a very clean little app, and everything is working great. Alrighty guys, so here we are getting ready for that speed test, and of course on a separate video, just because this one has lasted so long, we did two different things at a time. We did the Navitas and also the battery hookup. I just want to show you here briefly how this Navita affected the golf cart along with the battery. Both of them are super important. And so yes, here we go. Let's do a speed test. On a separate video, I'm going to be showcasing more on the durability of the battery. So right here, you guys can see from the phone, we are doing 23, 24, and hopefully we get to the 25. There we go, guys. We just hit the 25, and I ran out of road, so we're gonna make a U-turn right here. And man, is it exciting. This thing went from 13 miles an hour, guys, to doing 25. And I'm gonna show you briefly here that I'm still using the stock motor. There's nothing special here. It was just the controller, but the rest is about the same. I'm gonna hold here the camera for you guys. Right there, you can see that we are limited to 25. I'm pretty sure that it was able to do maybe a little bit faster, but we are currently limited to 25, and that's okay. I don't want to overkill this little motor. I can probably do 26, 27, but that's about as much as we will be able to do, guys. But like I said, I don't want to overkill it and cause damage to that little stock motor. I might, depending on some sponsorships that I get, I might be upgrading that rear motor, but for right now I just want to show you that in fact we do have a stock motor on here, and this is the one that we are killing right now at 25 miles per hour. Everything is as it is. So with the Navitas system and that battery, it made the trick. This thing is working awesome. Don't forget to comment down below if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next one.